Hello, everybody, and welcome to Chee-Tash. I am Chris Lazar, and we are going to go through these discussion questions for Man's Search for Meaning, the first 30 pages of the book. And I just have them up here, and we're just going to talk about it. I won't type. First question, why would the author consider publishing this book anonymously? As I think I spelled anonymously wrong there. What do you guys think? I think that Victor probably initially thought that he did not want to take away anything from the book and have it be like focused on him. Because the author is somebody that you pay attention to. I mean, it's right on the front page. That's what I do. I mean, when I see a book, I look up the author and I see what else has he written or her written. So I think that Victor wanted to show that the contents of this book are bigger than him. They're bigger than him. He's not doing this for fame. This is something that, although he does say this does not, like the first words, I think, of that first chapter, like page 1, he says that this isn't meant to be like a historical book, like a history book. Here, I'll find it really quick here. This book does not claim to be an account of facts, right? It's just what he experienced, what one person experienced, and what probably a lot of people experienced. So I don't think Victor wanted to draw attention away from the contents of a book by having his name be on it. Also, this isn't just something that he experienced. I think this was something that a lot of people experienced. So that's why I would say that he was considering publishing the book anonymously. Why does Victor start the book like this? It doesn't appear to. This book doesn't claim to be a book of an account of facts and events, but of personal experiences. I think that he doesn't, so far in the book, and we've done, I just did an episode with pages 30 through 50. I don't think that Victor, he doesn't get political, or he hasn't so far. It's not about the strategies of war, why they were imprisoned. It's life in the camp. It's his experience. And he just wants to make that distinction to say, this is what this book's going to be about. If you want to learn about the rise and fall of the Third Reich, if you want to learn the history, you can read it somewhere else. I'm not going to attempt to do this in this book because this book has a very definite goal. And I want you to get a couple things from this book that's not a history book. I think it's important that Victor did that, and he established that bar right away. And as we've seen so far, it's all been stories about him in the camp. He's not talking about really anything else other than that. It's just what he has gone through in the camp, at least not yet. And we haven't gotten into the logotherapy part of the book yet, which is the second chapter. Next question, why would capos treat prisoners worse than the Nazis? And I think that the capos were prisoners themselves, right? And I think that they wanted to show the Nazis that they were on the same side of them. And what better way to do that than to subjugate the prisoners to the conditions that they were in, to the treatment they got. Right? Because then the Nazis could see that and say, oh, okay, this form of treatment, which is very hard to do, they wouldn't be doing it if they loved their guys or if they were still on the same side of them. No, they have allegiance to us because they are doing the worst thing to them. Like, that's the threshold. If you treat these guys badly, then the Nazis know you're on their side. This is basically what I'm trying to say. Nazis versus SS. What's the difference? Yes. I actually will look this up with you guys right now. Nazi, SA, and SS. Here, historyhit.com. What will this say? Militaristic state. Multiple groups within the Nazi Party were created in order to intimidate or exterminate rivals in opposition. Two of the most well-known groups, Sturmabteilung SA and Schutzstaffel SS. What were the differences? SA, just paramilitary force. Okay. And then what's bodyguards? Okay. So it looks like, I mean, it almost looks like they were, so the Nazis were split up into SA and SS. Okay, but it looks like the SS overtook. The SS overtook the SA later on in the war. So I like this. Thank you, Cora. Third, SS started out as a bodyguard detachment for Nazi party leaders, grew into a paramilitary arm of the Nazi party, replacing the SA. Okay. During the rise, was much larger than SS. While the SS was part to replace the Wehrmacht, the SA was largely a band of thugs. Falling out. Okay. Moved to purge, sending SS to arrest the SA leadership. Okay. So SS is part of the Nazis, but there was a party, there was a group SA that was there before the SS, and then eventually the SS took over. Hitler sent the SS to arrest SA leadership. Okay. Would dreaming of getting out do you any good if you were a prisoner? It's a great question. You know, I would think it wouldn't do any good. It wouldn't do any harm. As long as you were keeping your mind in check and you had a mindset that you got to take this day by day, escape in ways, in any way you can, using humor, art, nature, thinking about loved ones, but understand the reality that you're in. And it's going to suck, right? This is terrible. You don't want to get caught up in the dreams, I wouldn't think. You want to be, it definitely helps to escape, but you have to be grounded in the reality that you're in, is what I would say. And then the last question, organism. Why do you think Victor starts referring to this word? I think because remember the 3 stages that Victor talks about? I think after stage 1, like the shock phase, and then you enter into stage 2, the apathy phase, and your liveliness starts to fade, and you kind of realize the world you're in, everything starts becoming numb. You get used to beatings, seeing people die left and right. It's kind of a very dehumanizing thing. So you go from being a human to a prisoner, and you're still a prisoner, but now your instincts have regressed to the most animal instincts of survival. You're not thinking about anything else. You're not thinking about your well, I mean, you do think about your family, but you don't have to think about work, going to the grocery store, meeting up with your friends, all those things. It's literally just survival. So that's why I think he started. He used that word organism, although in 30 through 50 he hasn't used it again since then, since like page 30, 31. I think that's why he starts using the organism word. It's because the evolutionary process for you has regressed now. You're not growing, you're almost keeping from dying. Keeping from dying. And I think that's why he started using this word organism. Thank you guys. Yeah, those are just my thoughts on these questions. Let me know what you think. We're going to have episode 2 posted, pages 31 through 50 we read. And I enjoy if you guys leave some comments. Let me know what you think. All right. Thank you all. This is Chris Lazar, Chee-Tash. Thanks.